So I'm going to cut the exhaust off of Paul's car. Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today we believe we know what's wrong with the sending unit. The wire appears to have pulled out of the little ring terminal on the sending unit itself. So we're just gonna take and put a pulse jack under here, drop the fuel tank down so I can get my big mitten in there, and we'll put a new end on that. That should dial that in. So with that, we'll be able to, that's not right. Check this out. So remember we talked about torque steer. We think we know what's wrong with torque steer. Look at that. There appears to be no bushing left in the top of that arm at all. I guess we should check the other one. Yeah. Good news is we have parts to fix that. We have rod ends to weld in. These are actual insert with a different style bushing. So I guess we'll add that to the to-do list today. I guess we should probably get started. This is where the 10 hours later. Oh, boo. We are gonna have to let the car down. Bad news with that is I'm tall and I hit my head on everything when we do this. Now that I got the car down where I can hit my head on everything. Okay. Fuel tank has been supported. That's got some special additives in it. Unbolt the tank. See if we can drop it down far enough for me to get in here without having to take the neck and everything completely loose. I have great hope. Not really. My luck doesn't work like that. Not cooperating. These things are pinched down. I'm gonna get a. This one came down. This one, not so much. We'll get a screwdriver. Give it the old hi-ya. Come on. Hi-yad. It's all hi-yad. Things aren't looking good here, Charlie. It came down about 3/4 of an inch. And my mittens are bigger than that. You can't see because I can't either. All I can do is feel. Ow, that was my head. Oh, it's gonna be one of those days. Well, that's bad news.
Why is that?
Because that one's connected. I think that might be in the wrong spot. Inspection device.
I ain't got a fancy scope thing.
I do, but I got like a $1,000 one right here. Yeah, this is a Holly Retro tank and pump. So I think that is a ground wire.
And it should be.
And that is a the actual sender over there. So I believe that is why the sending unit is unhappy. I just hit my head again. And again. Told you, that's why I didn't want to let the car down.
You'd have to drop it all the way down.
I didn't want to because
at least the front half.
That means that the neck has to come loose. That's a pain in the butt. Well, the good news is this style tank and such, this just slides in. So you take one bolt out of up there, take the filler neck out. It doesn't have much fuel in it, just a bit. And we could probably get the trans jack after we get the straps loose and then just drop the whole thing down. I think that's our plan. I don't know if it's a good plan or not, but it's the only one we got right now, so here we go. Literally, my leg is like, no, don't do it. Okay, now we can let both of these down a little bit at a time and get into where we need to get into without dumping the whole thing and ripping the wires out. And it'll work. I got faith. See how that's working? Just like a dream. I think that was the right size. This is one of those don't drop 'ems. Because we probably aren't going to find it if I drop it. See how small they are? That was the wire. Looks like it was never hooked up to anything. Although, no.
Maybe at one point?
Look at that. Does it look like it had wire in it? Or does it just look like it's smished a little bit?
Is there wire or anything left?
So I'm hoping, hope that this other one we can just take off and move over to that other post.
Yeah, it should be.
And everybody should be happy. Go on that post. Oh, smashed my finger. Flat washer. Blocky type washer. Okay. So we have a ground wire that's grounded to the pump. Do we need to run a ground wire to the tank? Well, that's this other post over here, I think is, and we'll give her a test to see whether missing ground is our problem. I don't have a whole lot of confidence. Ow, that was my hand. This is our problem, but that should be good. Let's see whether it does anything first. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in this. All right, moment of truth. We're gonna hit the key. This is the gas gauge right here. Let's see if it moves. Look at that. We have functional gas gauge. It was way easier than we thought. Fix that wire in the back. Everything's good to go. I say we put a pull jack under one side and pull this lower arm off and look in the front of it and see whether it's really missing all the bushing out of it or whether we got some other issue. We will pivot to that. Oh, now you're gonna spin. Of course. Story of my life. I walk back and forth to this toolbox like 800 times a day. You think I'd start to figure it out, but no. Every day the same thing. All right, so we think the rubber bushing's a little squished out on this side. What's concerning me is what's going on the top of this one. Oh, look how good Paul was. You can even get the bolt out past the exhaust. Put this back in so we don't lose it. That'd be a bummer. Definitely was not exactly up to the task we provided for it, but that's the one that's got me concerned. It's also got me concerned because ratchet don't fit in there. Japanese inner set.
Sounds like a good plan.
Boo!
Come out.
That bolt will come out. That's nuggets right there. Everything's welded in. Got one of them perfect. Hose this on the other one. I don't think there's enough movement in any of this stuff. All right, so here's our dilemma. Our bolt runs into the exhaust. It's only about halfway out and it's about that long. So we were gonna pop the exhaust out, move it out of the way. This hanger is welded in. Back one's bolted. We can let that one go, but it doesn't move. So Um, I think this is my only option. It's not a great option, but I think it's my only option. So I'm going to cut the exhaust off of Paul's car. Nothing bad could happen. Okay. There's nothing left but to do it, right? She kicked back a little bit. Straighten the blade out, everything will be fine. Just good. It didn't hurt at all. All right, let's hit it with a chisel and see if we can knock the weld out of it. Hit it with the right hand. Well, I cut it off. Does that mean it's good or bad? I don't know. But it's cut off. Can you get the bolt out? Okay, what I did is hung off this like a monkey. Like Tyler took the bolt out. That went in my mouth. So it does have a Johnny joint style upper in it. And they feel pretty tight. This guy here, she's not so bueno. Rubber's proceeding to leave the chat, so. They look larger. Significantly larger. It's got a mile of thread in it.
Like the same size to me.
Same. We could just jammer nut that on there and we don't have to cut it apart. Although, those are good bushings. They look actually higher quality than those.
I would agree.
They're a cast instead of a welded two-piece. Let's try that. That should save us some time. We already got to weld the exhaust back on. Maybe if we can get away without welding the exhaust back on, we can get something else done today too.
Like a nap.
What are you talking about, a nap? It's like you normally don't get up till like 2 o'clock. Pretty darn close. Look at us. Actually making progress. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and Tyler's gonna take the bolt out and I'm gonna put this back up in here, one-handed like that.
Go back. Right there.
Can you get that bolt in there?
No. You're gonna have to pull down a little bit.
Okay, monkey style. Okay. With any luck, when we drop the exhaust, you can't get the back bolt out.
Oh, that looks money.
That was my head. Okay, so this shouldn't have moved, right?
Right.
So if we adjust that up till that fits perfectly through it, that should be right, right?
Should be.
Okie dokie. Look at that. We only got to weld one thing back together. That looks more gooder. Look how much that fills up that opening.
Oh yeah.
No rockities anymore.
Rocks a little, but not near. Terrible.
We just figured out we don't have to take this loose. Now that I already got it loose.
Now that we already got this one off.
We could just take this end out, swap it with the other end like we did this one over here, match the length because we only did them one at a time so nothing could move. We should be golden. Then we're on to more fun. Or more work, I can't tell which, because we didn't get the storyline.
That was a good plan.
I guess a jackwagon.
Yeah, he's mean.
All right, so we're going to take the top links loose, just like we figured out we could do with this lower link, and we're going to change the adjustable end out on both sides, get everything back together. Then I'll weld the exhaust back on that I cut off, which I didn't need to. Actually, I did. I needed to see the top end of that bar to make sure that it had a true Johnny joint style joint in it. And then the track bars will be good. The exhaust will be back together, and we can lower it down and go back to putting sound deadening in the inside. All right, 4 junk ends out, 4 good ends back. Here's the junk parts. You can see every one of them, the rubber's pushed out. This one's probably the worst. It gutted both sides of that one. But when we look back under here, our bars don't have that weird slappy rock in them anymore. They're nice and tight. Back hangers are all replaced in the exhaust. We'll go up and sweep up the sawdust, fire up the welder, and zip, zip, zip that hanger that we cut in 2 back out of it. And nobody will know. I guess you guys will know. Ow, that one's in my shoe. Hey, we had a good day here. Figured out that suspension problem, got that knocked out. Shouldn't have any more of that funkiness going on there. Bunch done on the inside, but you'll have to wait to see that. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.